So I you, Buckaroos, how the heck are you? I'm going to be Tom the Beer and Whiskey Whisperer. Here I've got two from Boulevard. I've got their 35th anniversary ale, along with their American malt wheat whiskey that I would have with you here. Bear with me while I get something fixed real quick. It's the wrong button on it. Fingers don't cooperate with me today. All right, let's see. All right, now I think we're in business. Perfect. How the heck are you? I am going to be Tom the Beer and Whiskey Whisperer, as I told you. Let me show you this product. I guess this is in conjunction with Foundry Distilling, Brewer Distiller Alliance Series, a collaboration between Boulevard and Foundry. This is their American malt whiskey distilled from unfiltered wheat mash, bottled in bond at 100 proof. Not familiar with Foundry Distilling. I want to make that clear. Distilled and bottled by Foundry Distilling, West Des Moines, Iowa, which I find interesting. Since there's a lot of distilleries in the Kansas City area, I'm wondering why they didn't work with somebody local, but nevertheless, I was wondering why I'd never heard of them. Okay. I just thought it was a, Kansas City a distillery that I had never heard of, but nevertheless, the Bottled and Bond Act of 1897, well, you all know that. I don't need to go into that whole story, but it's a bottled and bond at 100 proof and aged over 4 years in new charred oak barrels. The result offers aromas of clove and light oak with an easy, warm finish. I was reading that. It's a little blurry there. There we go. Let me show you that there, and I'll show you the front. All right. Let me show you the beer I'm drinking as well. This is their 35th anniversary, year after year, beer after beer. It's their barrel aged ale at 11.5%, I believe. Yes, 11.5. And it is aged in holiday barrels, which I found interesting. I wish they would have. I don't know why they didn't combine with a holiday to do the whiskey, but nevertheless, uh, I don't know. I don't know all the ins and outs. There's probably some politics involved there. But anyway, the holiday's doing some great stuff. I'm going to let that whiskey warm, though. I'm not the whiskey. I'm going to let that beer warm up a tad, is what I meant to say. I want to pick up this whiskey. Look at that color. That's just got a beautiful color to it. Nice, kind of a little bit of a ruby hue. They say clove, sure. A lot of vanilla on the nose. They mention cloves specifically, but it's not going to be unusual if you pick out allspice, cinnamon, even some ginger. I feel like I'm picking up a little ginger in there. A hint of orange peel as well. Damn, that is nice. That is really nice. American malt whiskey. Yeah, wow, it is good. Yeah, it's really good, actually. Wow. Rather mellow at that 100 proof, I will say. So bottled in bond must be aged 4 years, at least 4 years, from a single distiller, a single distilling season. This is done well, man. It does have some nice spice on the back end, and they only mention clove, but there's a lot more going on there. Like I mentioned earlier, there's a lot of vanilla running all the way through it, but I'm also picking up some light brown sugar. And I don't mean light as a flavor, I mean light as in color, because you just get that very, very light note of molasses. I was trying to think of another word besides light. It didn't come to me. Just a little bit, just a tiny notion of molasses in there. So a light brown as opposed to a dark brown sugar. Yeah, I still feel like I'm picking up that slight hint, that just notion, the idea, the suggestion of just a little bit of orange peel in there. Bruce, I'm going to set that down. I'm going to check on this beer now. And I've let it. I actually didn't have this in the fridge, and I had it just sitting out in my garage. But it's been a little cool in the Ozarks the last couple of days, so I figured it was right about the right temp. Oh yeah, baby, that's nice. That's really nice. Holy cow, that's delicious. Holiday Ben Holiday Distillery out of Weston, Missouri. They're doing some great products, man. And if you've had that whiskey and had this beer, you can taste those. I'm saying if you had the holiday whiskey, then you drink this beer, you will taste those specific notes. I love the barrel notes how they kind of run all the way through, but they come to a crescendo right at the end. This is done just so exquisitely well. It is it is that perfect fireplace beer, right? At the end of the evening, you're relaxed, you got the fire going, you got your pajamas on, got the Spotify playing Christmas music, and that's when you want to, pop this baby and just relax, man. Just take it easy. Take a load off. You got nothing else to do. Enjoy the beer. Damn, remarkably easy to drink at 11 and a half. Again, I feel like I'm picking up some brown sugar, but here I'm going to say dark brown sugar because you get a lot of molasses going on here. Maybe just a hint of maple as well. Wow, this is just delicious, man. This beer. Wow, this is the second of the 4 pack that I've had, and I really like this beer, man. I think I like it more. In fact, the first time I had it in the fridge, so I let it warm up a little. This one was just sitting in my garage, and it is just perfect right now. Let me set that back down. I'm going to focus on this whiskey for a minute. So I love that color. That whiskey's got some color. Picked it up on sale. So I've been buying mostly small distillery products, but found a market that had it on sale. That's why I picked it up. But it is rather impressive. Other than the flavors and aromas that we talked about, there's those other things, right? The viscosity, the mouthfeel. This thing just drinks nicely. It just feels good. It's warming, but not too much. Little spice in the finish, but not too much. I mean, it's just right. It's nuanced just enough. It's complex yet approachable. Oh man, this thing is just gorgeous, man. Well, I hope everybody had a nice Thanksgiving as I do this video. It's the Sunday past Thanksgiving. Hope everybody survived Black Friday. I was working, so it didn't affect me much. But I am off today, so I thought I'd relax this Sunday. Probably not going to get out at all today. Just gonna relax, take it easy. In fact, I'm still in my pajamas. I did manage to get up and shower today, but then I put new pajamas on. I just slapped a shirt on to do the video. It's one of those days I just want to relax, kick around the house. Wife and I are going to work on some Thanksgiving leftovers. We're going to do hot turkey sandwiches today. My wife made some of the salads that we did make on Thanksgiving Day. So we're going to rehash some of that stuff. I've used all of my gravy though, so I've got to make new gravy. We had some stuffing or dressing that needed to be used, and she made some 5-cup salad and some cranberry salad. And we got plenty of turkey, obviously. But I decided to make some macaroni and cheese. I'm the only one that likes it, so I don't make it often. And I was going to make it. There was one weekend we were supposed to have our grandson, but then something else came up and we didn't, so I didn't make it. But I've got all the ingredients, and I wanted to use it all before it went bad on me. So I didn't make a huge batch, just made a small batch, enough for a nice serving for me for dinner tonight, and some leftovers later, or I could just eat the rest of it out of the bowl later. Yes. But I had some cheese I really wanted to get used, and I wanted to do this a little bit different than I've done in the past. So my wife's not crazy about mac and cheese, but every once in a while she'll try a little bit. The last batch I made, she liked. So it was the best of what she's had. But this time I decided to. She's not crazy about. There we go. Oh, I'm back. All right, that was weird, man. It's never done that before. Anyway, so I used all white cheese on this one. No yellow cheese at all. No cheddar at all. So I've really taken some liberties here, but I've used the cheeses that we like. So if it all goes well, I'll give you the exact specifics later. We'll see how it turns out. But I used to part of what I used was a Swiss Gruyere blend, which we both like. Let me set this down for a second now and focus back on that whiskey. But I'm craving some mac and cheese. So I thought, well, let's make a batch, just a small one. Didn't make a big pan, small, because that's the hardest part for me is learning how to cook small. So I've always cooked big. I grew up in a big family. I mean, we only had 2 kids, but there was a point in time where they both could eat. We sometimes we'd cook for others. So I just got used to always cooking large quantities of things. So now there's just a wife, and I've tried to learn how to scale back. And I'm not great at it yet, but I'm getting better because we don't tend to eat leftovers real well. They tend to go to the fridge and to die. So we try to just make what we're gonna use and what leftovers we know we're good. That's why I'm trying so hard to work through this turkey. We did a smaller turkey. It was only an 8-pounder, but there's still a lot of turkey there, man. So what we don't use today, I think I'm gonna make some going to do some turkey chili verde. And if there's enough, I think I'm going to take some of it and make some. I had the idea to do a actual chili, do a white bean chili verde, turkey chili verde. But I just want to do that more than traditional uh, verde with the turkey. Man, this whiskey's insanely good. A lot of nice oak in the finish. That's what I really like about it. It never gets very sweet. Like I said, there's just that hint of light brown sugar in there. That's what's interesting about it. It never gets very sweet. Then you've got that nice vanilla that runs all the way through it, and you got the oak that just cleans up any residual sweetness at the end. A nice mix of spice in the finish. They only mention clove, but I'm feeling more than that. I feel like I'm picking up some cloves, some ginger, some allspice. You use a little bit of sweetness, and then that oak picks it all up. Oh, this stuff is just gorgeous. I'm going to set this down now and go back to the beer. I've got a little bit in this bottle. I want to empty into the glass here. Into my nice snifter here. Oh, should drink this. Oh, I can't get it all in there. There we go. Oh yeah, look at that. Tell me that's not gorgeous. This beer is just beautiful, man. It's just beautiful, man. I'm gonna go full hippie on you. It's just beautiful, man. Can't we all just get along? Boulevard 35th anniversary ale. This is a barrel aged blend, aged in holiday barrels. Let me show you that. If you've never had Ben Holiday whiskey, I'm telling you, find some. It's really good, man. They've got some 100 proof out there, but for me, in all honesty, I love their Rick House. They've got a bourbon, a traditional bourbon. Uh, this is one. They got a traditional bourbon and a soft red wheat bourbon. Now, I feel like the soft red wheat is probably more popular because folks like to have wheated bourbons these days. It is a little softer. It is a little sweeter, but I love that. I love their regular bourbon. But both of those Rick House versions are just insanely good. But I love a cask. The older I get, and it's not so much about getting drunk, right? Because I'm not drinking as much, but it's that flavor. I want that full flavor. I don't want a watered down flavor. So yeah, at this point, I don't really want anything under 90 because it just feels watered down to me. Ugh. Got in my drink there. God, that beer is just insanely good. But holiday products, man, wow. You can't go wrong. It's interesting to me. I do want to find some Foundry products now, but being from Iowa, I don't know if I can get their products here. I haven't seen any, but I really haven't looked, to be honest with you. I am curious, though, why they didn't partner with a local Kansas City distillery, especially since they're using holiday barrels to age their beer. I'm wondering why they didn't partner with Holiday, but I know there's other things involved. There's some politics, there's some handshaking, there's some kissing of babies. Hey, dear, could you do me a favor and turn that off? The oven. I ran this video a little longer, but I got my mac and cheese in the oven, so I asked her to go turn it. I heard the timer go off. Anyway, I do need to wrap this up though. Hey, live video. What are you gonna do? Oh man, that's gorgeous. Anyways, what do you guys do? Mercy, you never know what's going to happen when you tune into me. I am Tom, the Whiskey Whisperer, Whiskey Evangelist, prolific whiskey drinker, purveyor of wisdom, and cheese, whiz, and bacon. I am also, I'm also Tom, the Beer Whisperer, Beer Evangelist. I thought I could get the video done before that went off, but damn, that's shit. I'm also Tom, the Beer Whisperer, Beer Evangelist, prolific drinker, purveyor of wisdom, and all right, good guys, Slancha. Thanks for tuning in, guys.